Trump and his family are getting all that great business from the Saudi crown prince. Trump is offering him something incredibly valuable.
The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Our fearless leader is proud of what he is doing. Let's talk about it.
You see, for years now, the Saudi leader has been a pariah, shunned around the world for his just tyrannical rule and human rights abuses. The U.S. has had to deal with him diplomatically, but has largely done so at arm's length, using his pariah status as leverage to push for broader diplomatic goals. But now Trump isn't just eagerly welcoming the Saudi leader back onto the global stage. He is using his position as president to essentially launder the crown prince's reputation.
I'm very proud of the job he's done. What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else.
I mean, of all the things Trump could call out, shouting out Mohammed bin Salman's work on human rights issues is, well, it's crazy. I mean, back in 2023, the State Department published a report detailing just how many human rights violations were happening in Saudi Arabia under the Crown Prince's rule. Check out how Trump responded to this question in the Oval Office yesterday.
Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst. One of the worst in the business.
There is a lot to unpack between these two gentlemen. Bear with me. But this is especially for anybody who still supports Donald Trump. And if you're still angry about 9/11, it's for you. Right. Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS for short, DJT, MBS, look at all these acronyms. This guy is the main man in charge of Saudi Arabia. I mean, he has complete control. So you can already see why our fearless leader might be appreciative of his accolades. Complete control, okay? Think no kings, in a nutshell, okay? Second thought, he was a teenager during 9/11, so he wasn't directly connected with it. The government itself is actually being sued for its involvement in 9/11. But it's still very, I think the word is ironic, that we now have a president working with the leader of a country that was involved with that. Yeah. Okay. Second thought, Jamal Khashoggi, that reporter we heard so much about, the one where Trump started calling that lady ABC fake news. Let's be very clear. Jamal Khashoggi was a reporter. He was not always against the royal family in Saudi Arabia until this dude right here, MBS, took charge and turned the country into an ultra nationalist country, and very much against anybody speaking up against them. Sound familiar? Again, very proud of what he's done. And I want to be clear with you. I mean, they would disappear people, kind of not be happy about what people say about them, or unalive them, as we hear about with Jamal Khashoggi. That's the whole point. And to be clear, this man did indeed directly call for that to happen. Very proud of what he's done, right? Right? And the people that didn't like it, again, was this guy right here. So what did Jamal Khashoggi report about? Well, exactly those things. The disappearances, the unalivings, the aggressive suppression. And it gets more interesting and familiar as well. There was a time when that happened, when Jamal Khashoggi's unaliving happened. They denied it happened at all. And then they said it was that happened because he got beat up. And then it came out that his people actually did it, which he was still denying that he directly gave the order. But again, he has full control over his government and country. U.S. intelligence has already confirmed this. One thing that you might find interesting is Jamal Khashoggi, the reporter, right? He was actually living in the United States. He had to leave, and he started being a columnist for the Washington Post. And I want you to read that bottom part very carefully. Pause it at your leisure. This was, I think, the center point of it all. They have been throwing money all over the place to rebrand themselves, even though they are doing what they are doing. This reporter was a voice against that. Now, this is why it is important to share information and to educate each other. Because if this man didn't do those things, we wouldn't have known about them, right? He was unalived for telling the truth and educating people. This is what our fearless leader means when he says people didn't like him. Again, pause at your leisure. Shattering the reformer image. Look at the things that Khashoggi was reporting on. Again, does that sound at all familiar to any of you? Very proud of what he's done. And I want you to pay attention to this last bit here up top. Pause at your leisure again. Okay, I'm going to show you a video now. Here we go.
I heard this week something very disturbing me from President Trump about my husband. He's controversial and he's unliked. I would like to tell Mr. Trump you're expressing someone else, not Jamal Khashoggi. Jamal Khashoggi was most stable man. He was a role model to represent us as an Arabic and Muslim, and he accept everybody regarding your ideology background as well. They try to paint him like he's a friend of Osama bin Laden or his Muslim Brotherhood, and all of this excuse. This not excuse to take his life away. There is no justification to kidnap him, torture him, and to kill him and to cut him to pieces. This is a terrorist act.
Okay, now, last thought here. Why would aside from what I've just said, why else would our fearless leader want to have such a tight business relationship with MBS? Money! Lots and lots of money. Lots and lots. You know how I said earlier that they were throwing all kind of money around to, help with their image? Well, that money was also going to Trump's family. And this has been going on for a long time, much longer than he's been president. Buying apartments from him. Pause at your leisure, if you like. I think that quote from 2015 says it all right there. Am I supposed to dislike them? I like them very much. Of course he would. Business deals, hotels. Pause at your leisure here too. This was 2 months after his first presidential campaign. More money, more business deals. It just keeps going. 2016, 2017, makes a trip to Saudi Arabia. At this point, he is president, right? First time. No, Riyadh, the Riyadh Comedy Festival. I have another video about that. Again, pause at your leisure. Same moment here, 2017. More 2021, pause at your leisure. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, remember him? $2 billion from the Saudi government's public investment fund. Well, I'll move my head around so I'm not hiding anything. Overall deal, helping Jared Kushner's net worth, pushing it up to over $1 billion. Excuse me. Golfing against more business arrangements, $800 million. Pause at your leisure, please. More money, more business. It just keeps going, guys. Pause at your leisure. I'll move my head. I'm making my head really small. Pause at your leisure. As global markets tumble in response to the tariff plans, Trump jets to Miami, where he attends the LIV golf dinner leading into the event for the Saudi-backed league at his Trump National Doral Golf Resort. Look at all this money. He's saying that he's not getting any money from this, right? It's just money all over the whole family. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are big into video games, EA, pause this right here. I didn't know this until recently. Kushner's affinity partners, Jared Kushner, again, our fearless leader's son-in-law, teams up with Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund to buy video game giant Electronic Arts. Big-time publisher, published for games like Mass Effect, the Battlefield games. They have a long list. And now they are owned, as of September of this year, by Saudi Arabia, right? Just to give you money. Pause at your leisure. October 29th, 2025. Side note, if you didn't know, the Blackstone company also donated some money to the ballroom. It's just so much. They are making money hand over fist. This has nothing to do with growth as a people and healing wounds. This guy has been involved with this dude's family for much longer than a lot of you have probably even thought about politics, much less been alive. Very proud of what he's done. Okay, I'm done. Like and share if you like what I'm saying. Comment if you do or don't. If you really like what I'm saying, subscribe. Happy Saturday, and I will talk to you guys later.